When squadron leader Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian astronaut to go into space, was asked by former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, "How are you feeling from space?" And he said, "Sare jahan se अच्छा Hindustan hamara, hum bulbule hain uske, ye gulistan hamara." Good afternoon. Yeah, you can hear. Have a louder round of applause, guys. Good afternoon and a very, very warm welcome to the 73rd Republic Day. Huge round of applause for our country. I'd like to begin today's afternoon with a very interesting example that I often share in class. Being an advertising person, I always talk about brand equity. What is brand equity? It's your set of assets and liabilities that add to your unique potential. The biggest example of brand equity is the legendary superstar Shri Amitabh Bachchan. There have been superstars before him, after him, but there is nobody like him. He's definitely the superstar of the millennium. When he comes on screen, for the first 60 seconds, entire India is frozen. Whether he's talking about COVID vaccines, whether he's talking about pulse polio drops, the whole of India listens. Every actor who stands next to him looks like an extra. But what is this superstardom, or what is this enigma, or what is this Amitabh Bachchan? Most of you were not even born, but if you know a little bit about his history, he was a tall, lanky boy who came from Allahabad, very, very uncomfortable with his height, towering over his heroines. First 8 films were complete flops. At that time, Rajesh Khanna was a superstar. He was very, very uncomfortable. The Kapoors were better looking. He was not the best looking actor. There were better actors. Dilip Kumar, Balraj Sahni were better actors. But if you look at how he developed his persona, he never played the flamboyant, jet-setting, traveling across the globe, the playboy who had it all, the best mansions, the best of women, the best cars. He always played the common man of India. He played the taxi driver, he played the coolie, he played the illegitimate son, he played the underdog always. He had nothing. Everything that can go wrong in his life went wrong. The heroine went to someone else, his sister was molested, his mother was separated. Everything that can go wrong went wrong. But the common man, for the price of a ticket, they could live their fantasy, they could live their dream that in India, the common man is always suppressed. And for the price of a ticket, in a space of 3 hours, they could see their fantasy, which can never happen in their lives. They could see their fantasy that this thin, lanky fellow beating up at the end of the movie, in the climax, beating up these muscled goons and who are six-pack abs and huge ones, and he had no weapons, and the underdog became top dog. And if you went to the theaters in the 70s and 80s, you would see the audience clapping, cheering, whistling, throwing coins and shouting in the climax, "Orma, Orma," because it was their fantasy, their dream, that the common man in India could take revenge against the system, which never happens in life. The point I'm trying to say is that each of us is born with a unique potential. Each of us has a brand equity. It's important to have role models because you need to look up to people. But each of us need to find our own brand equity, focus on it, work hard, work on your strengths and potentials, and create a unique identity for yourself. Because life is not about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. So it's my absolute honor and privilege to welcome you to the 73rd Republic Day. I feel so proud standing here representing this big, large college, 72 years legacy. Especially proud today because as an Indian, we are definitely going to be the next superpower. India has it all. We have the talent, we have the resources, we have the capability. If you look in the world map, India is the most beautiful country in the world. From the beaches of Goa to the temples of the south, to the Himalayas, to the tea leaves of Darjeeling, India has all its natural beauty. Sanskrit is the mother of all languages. We gave the world the number 0. And Chanakya Niti is rules of administration are read all over the world. Also, India has got so much of talent. Indian scientists, Indian researchers, Indian mathematicians are practiced and followed all over the world. And of course, Indian Bollywood films are popular all over the world. So now it's up to the next generation, and I'm sure with so much talent and so much capability, there's no stopping, and India will definitely be the #1 country in the world. I think a huge round of applause for being an Indian. Guys, huge round of applause for being an Indian. So very, very warm welcome to my esteemed dignitaries. I'd like to begin by welcoming the man who has been conferred with the Mumbai Ratna, and very soon he's going to become the Bharat Ratna, Provost HSNC University, Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani. Sir, I'd like to tell you, there's so much which is talked about him, so many things, but my favorite line about him is, there are many in the world who have written history, this man writes geography. Changing the skyline of Mumbai city, as comfortable as running marathons, as attending board meetings, and pushing us to touch our horizons, and sky's the limit for him. Sir, we are really grateful for your support, and thank you so much for being a pillar of support. Huge round of applause for us, sir. Guys, I can't hear you. A very, very warm welcome to our chief guest, an absolutely young, dashing, debonair and dynamic Honorable Guardian Minister Mumbai, Mumbai City, and Honorable Cabinet Minister, Government of Maharashtra, Shri Aslam Sheikh. Huge round of applause for him. So when we look at people who are educated, cultured, sophisticated and polished, my youth always feels that Mumbai is now in safe hands. When we have people who can really make a change, people who can really change the way the city is, as it is, it's the financial capital, taking it ahead. So a very, very warm welcome, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And he just told me on the way that he had a huge police program where they were donating jeeps. He cut it short just to be here for RD National College. I think it deserves a huge round of applause. A warm welcome to all my vice principals, all my faculty, my support staff. I stand here, but they silently work behind the scenes. But most important of all, the blood in our veins, my dear students. The future of our country, here on a holiday, absolutely here to support us. A very, very warm welcome. I'm sure we are going to become the next superpower. So thank you very much to each and every one of you for being here. And I just conclude with the famous words, don't be pushed by the fears in your mind, but be led by the dreams in your heart. If people doubt how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore. Thank you so much for being here.
You know, when we come into an auditorium like this of National College, it makes me feel so proud. Proud to be a part of National College, to be a part of Mumbai, to be a part of India, to be a part of the heritage that India and Bharat brings to us. Proud that we have a leadership in every part of society, which is wonderful. Proud which we have a wonderful principal like Neha Jagtiani. Proud because we have minister, young and dashing and pushing and bringing us to the new place in terms of our country. Proud because we have the teachers of National College doing a fantastic job. Proud because these students who were on the stage give that energy, that feeling that we are all there and we are alive today in order to face every contingency, whether it is fighting on the front or it is going to be the history of which they talked about, or we are going to fight COVID, or we are going to fight any contingency. But we have to be proud to be Indians first, and I think congratulations to each and every one of you for the wonderful program that the principal, the vice principal, all of you have organized here today. It makes me feel very happy and very proud of it. I think that's the source of it. We should be proud of our parents. Our parents looked after us, brought us up. Some of them had very poor backgrounds. Some of them had good backgrounds. It doesn't matter. But your parents actually take care of you and actually brought you up. We should always be proud of our parents or whatever they are because of what they have given. They've given us lives. And they have given us shelter, and they have given us education, and you people have an opportunity to come to National College in order to do that. So you have to be grateful and happy and proud that you are here as part of National College. Your principal has indicated to you very, very clearly that National College is aspirational. It wants to reach the zenith. It wants to move up the value chain in terms of being able to teach you not only the subject that you come to, but also the other things in life. To be able to dance on the floor, to act on it, to act on social activities, to participate in so much commitments that we saw on various programs over there. To plant the trees in order to take care of them, to recycle water. All these thoughts and ideas which are coming in National College, you need to imbibe so that you will carry forward all these beautiful thoughts and always be proud of what you are and what you do. About 15 years ago, I had an opportunity to go to New York. We were in a company which was raising funds through an international position in terms of that. And so I was meeting a large number of financial leaders in New York City. And in one of the programs that I went over there, I was introduced. He's from India. And they actually looked up to us. And they looked up to us to say, oh, you are from India. That is a country which is going to have a future and growth. Can you imagine? Even the top financial people in New York City looked up to us as a land of opportunity where investments could be done. And when we think of ourselves, we think, oh, they are the future of our country. 20% of people, scientists working in Microsoft, in NASA, are of Indian origin. So we have a great future to be Indians. And you know what was the other statement? Oh, you Indians are very brainy. And this is coming from the Americans. So I was quite surprised. Because when we come back to India, we look down upon ourselves and we think that is the great nation. And it is that nation, people and leaders and financial leaders who look up to India in terms of the people and opportunity. And that's why your education becomes extremely important. But education by itself is not enough. You have to learn about empathy, you have to learn about communication, about leadership, about kindness, wonderful things and all the other things which your stage and program did. So I'm very, very happy to be over here. I'm very happy, sir, that you have come. Really happy to meet up with you, heard so much about you, and I'm very happy that you have taken the time to come here and speak to our students and given them also that feeling of wonderfulness of being an Indian. Indian first and last. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neha, and Mr. Hiranandani, and all the wonderful people over. I wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Today is the day we have adopted our constitution. And I'm happy to know today, when I came over here, trust me, when I was a corporator, when I was an MLA, throughout these days, maybe 26 January or Independence Day, I always love to be with the student, and that I have been doing since the day I have been elected, because the right messages goes through them. And the way Mr. Nandani was speaking, I was not knowing about him. When I was sitting with him, he just briefed me, and my respect for him has grown today more. Being in Mumbai, Mumbai is the only city which gives everybody a platform, whichever industry you come from. It's like Mumbai makes Bala Saheb Thackeray. Mumbai makes, the way the ma'am was saying, there is only one and one Amitabh Bachchan. Definitely there is only one and Amitabh Bachchan, but still he stood at the ceiling, which was a woli now before, and had chana, and he did not have anything in his pocket. But still he became Amitabh Bachchan because it's a Mumbai which gives chance to each and everyone. And today, I think so, after a long period, all the boys, what they performed was fantastic. I appreciate it. And their performance was supported by, I think so, definitely by the teachers also, because the backdrops are always the one who creates everything. So I thank the teachers also, the teaching and non-teaching staff, all together after a long period. I think so, in these 2 years of Corona, everyone was very sad. And I think so, after that performance, all those 2 years have been forgotten. I think so, no one is realizing what has been past. What is past is past. The fact of the life is, I was there at the function, where everybody was there, other than who's who on the dais, like from the Home Minister, Chief Minister, Aditya ji, everybody. And very important function was that we passed a law, Nirbhaya, you must have heard about, and today we launched 100 vehicles for that, for any woman or any girl or anyone who has been harassed or in need of the police will reach within no time to them, and the number which is given is 103. Looking at the situation right now, I think so Mumbai and Maharashtra the first to take such initiative step and see that Mumbai remains the same. Mumbai is the city where I salute the police to keep it intact. In Mumbai still, a woman can go fearless in the middle of the night, they can walk anywhere and have their liberty whatever the way they want. And as a guardian minister, I don't think so much people must be knowing about guardian minister because they know only about good songs and good actors and all, good fun people used to have in this. But simultaneously you need to know something about the city too. If you don't know about it, you are going to waste your energy craving in the classroom or with your friends, acting and bitching about the politicians, these people are not doing anything. After I had a dream to become a guardian minister, Mr. Ranjani, and after when I became, I'm lucky to have Aditya as my another guardian minister of suburb, because in last 2 years, we were only planning how to change the city's face. And I think so, by doing this, we are not only taking the opinions and suggestions from the experts, trying to reach each and everyone from the city, each and every colleges, schools, whichever, whoever comes to meet, I just ask them, what can be done, what can we do to make the city look beautiful, what can we do to make look city younger, where people would love to come, have spent time. So I keep on taking suggestions, then we sit, each and every suggestion what I get, I always discuss with my staff, I always discuss, and trust me, there are few people who are not uneducated, but still their suggestions are more better than the expertise. There are few people who don't understand their potential, the way the Mr. Hirandani was saying. Trust me, once I also went for a visa and they told me to wait, I said, hell to you. You don't know, I am going to come to your country and I am going to spend there. And I am going to see your country. So it is you who is going to lose something, not me. And within 7 days they called me and they gave me that. So this is the value of every Indian they need to understand. That no country or no person is bigger than India. We should know their potential. बहुत ज़्यादा सीरियस होने की बात नहीं, मैं कोई लंबा लेक्चर देने नहीं आया, थोड़े में ये समझाने आया हूँ कि जो कुछ आपके दिमाग में है इस शहर के लिए आप बिल्कुल मुझे मेल करिए और मेरे ख्याल से आप लोगों की स्वीट हार्ट ही होंगी मैडम, क्योंकि सारे लोग बहुत जोर से तालियां उनके लिए बजा रहे थे, तो कुछ तो उन्होंने बढ़िया किया ही होगा सबसे। और मैं नीरज जी को भी बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ, दिल की गहराइयों से उनका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ, उनके फैमिली का और उनके ट्रस्टियों का। बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारी चीज़ें बनाते हैं, लेकिन कुछ लोगों का आदर मेरे दिल में रहता है, जैसे अजीम प्रेम जी हो गए, टाटाज हो गए, या आप जैसे लोग, जो लोग सिर्फ कमाते नहीं, सोसाइटी को देते, इस देश को निर्माण करने का भी काम करते हैं, जिसमें हज़ारों की संख्या में, मुझे पता भी नहीं था जिस कॉलेज को मेरे माध्यम से पैसा जा रहा है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं निरंजन जी भी है, नहीं तो मैं उनको भी बोलता 2-4 एडमिशन दे दो, क्योंकि हमारे पास तो लोग इसी तरीके से आते हैं, गरीब ही आता, अमीर तो कोई आता नहीं है, अमीर तो अपने आप से इन्फ्लुएंस लगा के कर लेता। हमारे पास तो झुग्गी झोपड़ी में रहने वाला या किसी घर में काम करने वाली, रिक्शा चलाने वाला, ड्राइवर चलाने वाला, इसी तरीके से है। ज़िंदगी में सभी लोगों ने अगर 3 चीज़ें कर ली, अगर एजुकेशन के मामले में, मेडिसिन के मामले में और रिस्ट्रिक्शंस के मामले में अगर सही अपना लिया, तो मुझे लगता नहीं देश को आगे जाने से कोई रोक पाएगा। बहुत मजबूती से हम जा सकते हैं। मैं यहाँ पे बैठी हुई नया मैडम से भी कहूँगा और सबसे कहूँगा कि मेरे लायक कुछ भी काम इस शहर का हो, डेफिनेटली बगैर कुछ शंका मन में लाए मेल कर देना, आपको डेफिनेटली इस मेल का रिप्लाई और आपका सजेशन लिया जाएगा। और मुंबई शहर को आने वाले अगली बार जब 26 जनवरी आएगी, तो कम से कम मुंबई शहर का आधा से ज़्यादा जो चेहरा आज आपको ख़राब दिख रहा है, जैसे जो नए ब्रिजेस बन रहे हैं, ब्रिजेस के नीचे जो गंदगी दिख रही है, जो नए फुटपाथ दिखेंगे, इस कोस्टल रोड को चुनौती मैंने लिया, जो मेरे मुंबई शहर से शुरू होता है और वर्ली सीलिंग पे आता है। मैंने एक ही कसम खाई है कि अगला नॉमिनेशन बनने जाऊँ तो उस कोस्टल रोड को ड्राइव करते हुए नॉमिनेशन बनने जाऊँ, ताकि हमारे लोग टाइम बाउंड पे वो सारी चीज़ें देख सकें। बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ जो एक्सपेंसेस करके फॉरेन्स में जाते हैं, क्यों नहीं हमारे लोग यही वो सारी सुविधा ले। मैं पोर्ट मिनिस्टर भी हूँ, पोर्ट मिनिस्टर में चाहता हूँ कि बहुत सारे फिशरमैन वॉक बने, बहुत सारे पोर्ट्स की ये बने, छोटी मोटी चीज़ें जो है, लोग बाहर जाते हैं, दुबई जाते हैं, यहाँ जाते हैं, वो सारे अपने फंक्शन यहीं पे हमारे पोर्ट्स में कर सके। अच्छा सा प्रमनाड बने। यानी मुंबई शहर में जो टूरिज़्म एक जान हुआ करती थी, मुंबई शहर में लोग समुंदर देखने आते थे, मुंबई शहर में लोग सेलिब्रिटी देखने आते थे, और लोग मुंबई शहर में आते। मुंबई शहर एक ऐसा शहर था जहाँ पर दुनिया का सारा कारोबार कर ले, लेकिन अपना ऑफिस हमेशा मुंबई शहर में रखना चाहता था। तो कहीं ना कहीं ये बातें हैं। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में सिर्फ जाते जाते इतना ही कहूँगा कि it is like a book which comes before anything. It's like the exam which you have to give within the book. Anything beyond the book is been asked is going to be injustice. The same way, you have to raise your voice when you feel something is not good. Whoever it may be, whichever party it may be. What happens, few people get more energy because a lot of people, they keep silent. The moment you make a noise, the moment you raise your point, the moment you say your point, things has to change. This is a democracy. The best part of democracy is that you have to listen to the people who have voted you. You have to do anything, whatever they want. You don't have to do what you want. Whatever thing you are going to organize, it has to be for everybody, not for yourself. Thank you very much for inviting me. It was a pleasure. जब मेरे स्कूल में पढ़ता था तो सोचता था कि एल कॉलेज में तो मिलेगा नहीं, नेशनल कॉलेज में ज़रूर जाऊँगा। मुझे पता नहीं था एडमिशन के बारे में, लेकिन मैं आज चीफ गेस्ट बन के यहाँ पे आया, ये मेरे लिए बड़ी बात है। निरंजन साहब इस ज़माने में मलाड में ही काम चला लिया करते थे, भाई वहीं स्कूल पढ़ लो, वहीं कहीं कर लो, क्योंकि उतने हालात भी अच्छे नहीं हुआ करते थे। लेकिन जैसे मैंने कहा कि मुंबई शहर सबको मजबूत बनाता है, आप लोगों को हेल्दी रहना है। सब बच्चों को खास करके, अभी मैडम बता रही थी कि अमिताभ बच्चन की उम्र भी कितनी है, सारे सेलिब्रिटी का भी फोटो देख रहा था, हुज यहाँ पे आके गए, जिनको मिलने के लिए लोग परेशान होते हैं, देखते हैं। सब लोगों ने अपनी हेल्थ अच्छी रखी हुई है। तो कोई भी ऐसा काम या ऐसी आदतों में न मत पड़ो जिससे खुद या घर वाले परेशान हो सके उतना बुरी आदतों से दूर रहो। एंजॉय करो लाइफ को टिल फुल कोर। डांस, म्यूज़िक, जिम, ये सारी चीज़ों में अपना एक वक्त दीजिए, ताकि वो दूसरे चीज़ों से हम जितना ज़्यादा दूर जा सकें। बड़ी कष्ट करके, बड़ी मेहनत करके, चाहे बहुत बड़ा पैसे वाला भी अगर, जैसे निरंजन साहब जैसे व्यक्ति होंगे या एक रिक्शा चलाने वाला भी होगा, दोनों का मकसद उसमें बच्चों पे जाके ख़त्म होता है। अगर बच्चे ज़रा से भी यहाँ वहाँ हिले तो उनकी सारी संपत्ति, उनके सारे होप, उनके सारे विशेष ख़त्म हो जाते हैं। बड़ी सोच यही होती है कि मेरा बच्चा कुछ करे, कुछ कर गुजर जाए। और डेफिनेटली अगर आज उन लोगों की बातें हम नहीं करें जिन लोगों ने अपनी जानें दी, रियल अमिताभ भगत सिंह, रियल अमिताभ वो लोग जो सरहद पे खड़े होकर हमारी जान बचा रहे, वो लोग जिनके जैसे आज यहाँ पे हम बैठे हुए, उन लोगों को ज़रूर जाके 1 सेकंड घर में जाके आराम से सोने से पहले नमन कर लेना, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को अपने दिल में उतार लेना और बस कल से फिर एंजॉय करना, क्योंकि कॉलेजेस तो खुलने ही वाले। हमने बहुत दिल पे पत्थर रख के कहा है, बहुत से पेरेंट्स लोगों ने कहा मत खोलो मत खोलो। मैं बोला इससे तो अब गुजरना ही पड़ेगा। कितने दिन हम घर में बैठे रहेंगे, कितने दिन जो है इस कोरोना से डरते रहेंगे। जीना है तो लड़ना है, और लड़ना है और ही जीना है, क्योंकि ये सारी चीज़ें आप सबको मालूम है कि सब लोग एजुकेटेड हैं, सब लोग जानते हैं कि इस जो चीज़ें हैं, कुछ चीज़ें पहले पेंडेमिक आती थी तो कुछ अपने आप से आती थी, अभी तो पेंडेमिक लैब में तैयार हो जाती है। सारी चीज़ें लैब में तैयार होने लगी, जो नहीं सोचे थे वो भी होने लगा। चावल, दूध, बच्चे भी आजकल सर्विस से होने लगे हैं। मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा तरक्की हो गई है, बहुत ज़्यादा तरक्की हो गई। लेकिन याद रखना, गूगल जो है वो माँ बाप से ज़्यादा ज्ञान नहीं दे सकता। गूगल जो है माँ बाप से ज़्यादा प्यार नहीं कर सकता। और गूगल जो है कभी कभी समुद्र में जाके रास्ता छोड़ देता है। अपने माँ बाप का आदर्श मत भूलना। थैंक यू। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र।